What's up, guys? Welcome back to Central City Barbecue. I'm Pitmaster James Cruz, and happy holidays. Man, look, it seems like winter has finally hit us. I mean, this is easily the coldest video I've done all year long so far for this channel. And look at that. It is a nice, chilly 50, 52 degrees. It was 48 when I started. So winter decided to finally show her face around here. But man, look, I've had a great time so far. I've got this video and a couple more to wrap up the year. It's been a very eventful 2020. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, go ahead and do that now. Like our videos, I would greatly appreciate it. And I've got a whole list of videos already scheduled for 2021. I'm excited, hopefully you guys are too. Well, let's get started with this week's video. All right, so what we're doing this week is an absolute holiday classic. I mean, it's right up there with your turkey and your ham. I'm going prime rib. As far as center of the plate, holiday proteins, it doesn't get much better than this right here. And look at this thing right here. I started off with about 15-pound whole prime rib, certified Angus beef prime rib to be correct. And I cut it in half because look, I'm not eating that whole thing. I'm gonna save that other half for something later on. But I mean, this thing right here is extremely marbled. It's gonna be so tender and juicy later on. And we're gonna keep this recipe very simple. The fine people over there at Gateway and Blues Hog, I mean, they've got some great products. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna feature some of their stuff this week. And part of what we're gonna do is this Blues Hog Beef Marinade. I'm gonna use this as basically let's call it a flavored salt base in a sense, okay? I'm gonna start off with some of this stuff first. Let's start off on the bottom. I'm gonna go a nice, good coat all the way around. All right. Make sure we cover all sides. Let's get this part here. And let's get the top. All right. So what this is gonna do is, I like salt as my first layer, and this has a nice amount of salt in it. It also has a very, very, very good natural beef flavor in it as well, which is going to pair well with this thing. Next layer, we're going with their beef and bold and beefy. I'm sorry. This right here has a lot of flavor in it. It's got more beef flavor. It's got a little bit of salt, some black pepper, some herbs. I'll tell you something. This right here is, you can knock it out the park on steaks, brisket, everything with this stuff right here. So that's what we're going with next. I'm gonna go a little heavier with this one. Okay. Let's get all the sides again. Make sure it's well covered. Pat it down as you go. And get the side here. Let's do the top. Like I said, you want to make sure it's nice and even all the way over. Let's go right here. You can always get some of this too and roll it around in there as well. Don't be shy with the seasoning, because one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to slice it. I'm going to do it two ways today. I'm going to do a thick traditional slice, center of the plate type thing. We might even make a sandwich later too, so I might slice some of it thin. At the same time, all the seasoning is only on the outside. It's not on the inside. Okay, so do not be shy with the seasoning. Pat it all the way around. Roll it in there. Let's get it back over here. Got a little more here. And lastly, just because I love black pepper on beef, I'm going with some really coarse black pepper. And I'm gonna go light with this right here. Oh, come on, black pepper. All right, there we go. Going right over the top of this. Let's get it all over. And now what I've done here is I've created multiple layers of flavor that pair well with this beef. We've got salt, we've got beef, we've got garlic, onion, black pepper. I mean, it's the classic best friends of beef, in my opinion. Let's get some on the end over here. Get a little bit more. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Next thing we're gonna do now is I'm gonna get it on a cooler rack. You know, I love these guys right here. I'm gonna get it on that Gateway, and we're just gonna sit back and let that thing cook for a little while. Be right back. This Gateway drum smoker right here is running dead set on 275. Like, this thing is broken. And I've got this thing burning really cleanly with some B&B, Hickory lump charcoal, and some nice pecan chunks from B&B as well. Let's get this guy on here. And the first thing you're gonna see is the stuff I have in this pan. What this stuff is, it's my basting liquid. About every hour, 45 minutes, somewhere around there. All it really is about a cup of some smoked ribeye tallow, 2 cloves of black garlic, 2 sprigs of rosemary from Paradigm Gardens across the street from here, and about a quarter of an onion sliced with a tablespoon of maladon or smoked sea salt. That stuff's gonna be so good. And what I'm gonna do now is just gonna kind of toss it around a little bit, let them onions render, let that black garlic infuse that tallow. We're gonna come back in about an hour, baste this guy up. All right, so it's been about 1 hour at 275, and we're looking at an internal of, see that, 69 degrees, 68. Okay, let's baste it. Oh, let's get a towel here. This stuff's looking good. In fact, I'm probably gonna pull this off the heat. It looks like those onions are done, and then maybe just warm it up later on. Let's baste it real quick. This stuff smells phenomenal. The tallow just smells great. Black garlic, can't beat that stuff. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that off because I don't want those onions to get too overcooked. And we'll let this go for about another hour or so. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my Thermoworks dot in there, set alarm for 125. I'm gonna try to hit about dead center of it, the coolest part of the entire thing. Got an alarm set for 125. I'm guessing it's probably gonna take about another 2 hours. We'll come back and check it. Be right back. Okay, we're at hour number 2. We're only a few degrees away. Let's baste it one more time, close the lid, and come back at 125. All right, we've reached 125. That tells us it's done. Let's take it off. Well, the prime rib has been resting for about 30 minutes. Let's uncover it. Let's see what we got now. Look at this bad boy here. Holy crap. That is unbelievable. Look at this thing. Y'all take a closer look at that. I think it's pretty easy. First thing I'm gonna do, get a nice thick slice right through the center of this thing. Oh man. Got the rest of that. Alright. Let's get it off to the side right there. And then a serving slice on a plate is about 3/4 of an inch. So let's get one of those right here. In fact, let's get 2 of them. Holy crap. Y'all take a look at this right here. Wow, that is unbelievable. Hey, y'all see how juicy that thing is? That is a perfect medium rare doneness right there. You can't get that any better. That gateway, it kills it. So look, taste a piece of this real quick. My fork and knife over here. Man. That juice is everywhere. It's like the best steak you can get. Let's make a sandwich. All right, so for the sandwich, what I want to do now is I just want to slice it like really thin. It could be just kind of almost shaved off. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just keep shaving at it. All right. And I want to, it's paper thin. I want to pile it up high on this bread I have over here. One more slice. That's probably perfect for a sandwich right there. Okay. All right. So I want to grab the bread. I got a nice soft hoagie roll that I toasted over there in the gateway. Next thing I want to add, a few pieces of arugula. I'm not a huge salad guy, but I think this is gonna add a nice little bite to it, nice little texture. Let's get this going in here. After that, let's layer it with some nice prime rib. Look at this. You can't beat that. I mean, it's almost gonna fall apart as is. This thing is just juicy. Next thing I want to add is some of those tallow fried onions over the top. Get some of those on there. That's gonna add a nice little bite to it. It's gonna be great. Okay. Oh. Then you get a little bit of that that black garlic tallow. Just kind of drizzle it over the top. All right, just drizzle it over the top. After that, we make a nice white sauce here at the restaurant. It's our version of Alabama white sauce, but it actually goes great with this because it has some horseradish in it and a lot of other bold flavors. So what we're gonna do now is just gonna kind of go back and forth across. So y'all need to check that thing out right there. That thing looks delicious, doesn't it? I guess it's time for me to take a bite. Let's smash this guy down real quick. Oh. It's one of the best bites of sandwiches I have ever had. And wow. Dude, that is freaking good. That's really, really good. Well, you would absolutely not be wrong whatsoever if you guessed I just ate that whole sandwich. Because I freaking did. It was awesome. I mean, it was easy, but it's so awesome. Well, let me tell you how we did this here. Got a nice prime rib. Like I said, this one started off at about 15 pounds. I cut it down to around 5 pounds, maybe a little bit bigger, 6, 7 pounds. And I started off by putting some Blues Hog Beef Marinade over the top, and then the Blues Hog bowl of Beefy, and then some black pepper over the top of that. Put it on the gateway, let it smoke at 275 for about an hour. During that time, I also made a little bit of a pan basting sauce. And I have my very own smoked ribeye tallow. I make this all the time, whether it's either smoked ribeye, if I'm trimming down some steaks, or if I'm making brisket tallow at the restaurant here. As far as black garlic, I got this at Costco. You can find black garlic just about everywhere now. You know, Walmart, your local grocery store, there's some form of it everywhere. But I got this big thing at Costco, it's gonna last me a while. The other thing I put in there, I put some Maldon, some smoked sea salt inside there. I wanted to kind of bring out those flavors a little bit. Put about a quarter of a yellow onion, or sweet onion, let that cook down. And then I put a couple sprigs of rosemary. This right here was actually pulled off the branch this morning by my buddy Joel right next door at the Paradigm Gardens. If you're ever in New Orleans, you want to check out something really cool. It's a nice garden, outdoor kitchen type thing. I think you still have some baby goats over there you can go pet. They have a farmer's market there. They have all kind of stuff. Look it up. Paradigm Gardens right here in Central City. So I've got plenty of rosemary to play with. After that, we basted it every hour. Actually, I know it's like a little over about 2 hours, 15 minutes to cook this whole thing. So I got 2 bastings. Pull it off when it hit about 125. Now, as far as the finishing temp, I went all the way to 125 because it's cold in here and it's not going to carry over a whole lot. If you're doing this during the summer, maybe pull it up at 120 and let that, let the residual heat just kind of carry its momentum. Okay. Let it rest for about 30 minutes. Took it off. I showed you guys how you slice it for a center plate slab or thin slice for a sandwich. And basically all I did was I dressed up my sandwich. I had a nice hoagie roll, toasted it on the gateway. We have this white sauce here, which is just like your white, a lot like your white sauce. You can find a recipe for it anyway. Just look up horseradish cream sauce, horseradish white sauce, and it'll go great with this prime rib. And then the onions from that pan, they were nice and fried from that tallow. Put it over top, some arugula. Dude, that was an unbelievable sandwich. Well guys, look, thank you for everything. I always appreciate your support. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Like the channel, like the videos, I'm sorry. Share with all your friends. This is the time for sharing, giving. Share this video. All right, guys. See you next week.